our cost of living breakdown here in Albania. We were here for a month and a week. We spent 1 week in Tirana and a month in Saranda. This is really one of our favorite videos to do because it gives us that idea at the end how affordable a place was to be. Is it a place we would return to based on costs alone? You're gonna see what we think here at the end of
Everything we spent our money on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We definitely returned to Albania. Tirana now, we had a fantastic time.
We did.
We love
Tirana.
As far as the Airbnb goes, it's not an Airbnb we would have typically chose for an entire month.
Right.
It didn't have that outdoor space that we really like, but it did have everything we needed.
It had a lot of space.
2
There
bedrooms.
was 2 bedrooms. It had a nice sized living room. Location was honestly why we picked that Airbnb. It had us really central to the Bloku neighborhood, and that's just kind of the place you want to be if you want to be near all the restaurants. So that was a great.
It was a perfect
great
location.
pick. Yeah.
And it was great for a week.
It was great for a week. It would not have been a place that I'd recommend any longer than that. So our cost for our place there in Tirana.
It's $218 for a whole week
Yeah.
in a major city in Albania.
Which normally we stay places for a month, and so we get that breakdown, or we get that cost savings for the month. We did get a week savings on staying in Tirana though, so that was a really affordable place, and boy, we sure loved our time there.
Yeah, it was great. So then we moved on,
Yep.
and now we're here in Saranda.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it was any better or any worse. It's just a lot different. It's a beach town. We got here, got to our Airbnb, and fell in love with it right away. Because we have this space out here,
Right.
and that's really what we're looking for if we're going to stay somewhere for an entire month. And it's everything we hoped it could be.
It is, and it's just a really great living space inside. We have plenty of room, a much bigger bathroom, which is nice. The building it's in is really nice. We actually, most of the time we were here, probably the first 3 weeks, we think we were probably the only people in this side of the building because the elevator was always where we left
Just
it.
waiting for us.
So that was nice because we are on the 4th floor. So it's a little bit of stairs to add to our already a lot of stairs here.
225 stairs.
Yeah. So our Airbnb here was great. We absolutely love it. We were close. We were central to everything. We were up on the hillside. We're just above the boardwalk here, or the promenade. And that for the month here was $545.
Yeah.
I
beat
think
that.
I don't know if I think that's one of our cheapest.
That's our cheapest
Yeah.
one.
Or
I think the one in
Buva.
Bukta was cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Tirana now, we did a little bit of grocery shopping, but not much. Just our coffee and some very basic essentials that we might have
Breakfast
needed.
stuff.
Breakfast stuff, right? Because we ate out every day, twice a day. But we did spend $22 on groceries
For that week.
for that week.
Yeah.
It's minimal, but
But it's in there.
But it's in there.
And then in Saranda, the grocery stores are definitely a little bit smaller. They don't have as much selection as maybe we're used to or we enjoy having. But you just kind of learn to navigate that.
You figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it
we
out. and then the month is over and we move to a new location
Right.
and we got to figure it out
We're
again.
good.
So after 1 month here in Saranda, we spent $220 on groceries.
That includes beer, chips, snacks. It doesn't just include breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, it's anything that we buy at a
anything we
grocery
might
store.
get at the grocery store.
Yeah, and no wine here because the wine in Albania is a little bit expensive for us.
It's $7.
Yeah, we're cheapos.
Now our entertainment costs include anything that we do that is entertaining. And one of those things is obviously eating out for us. In Tirana, there were so many different restaurants and selections of places to go and see, and
really
I mean,
nice
it's
places.
really cool.
Yeah.
So, and as we mentioned, our kitchen wasn't really adequate enough to be cooking a lot of meals, so we ate out all the time, and that cost came to what, $174?
$174.
Yeah, $174 just for 1 week. So that's quite a bit for our budget. But we saved money on groceries. So
We
we
saved
kind of
on
balanced it
groceries,
out.
and like we mentioned, it was also a little bit of a vacation for
Yeah.
us. So we got to enjoy not cooking, or I got to enjoy not cooking.
And
You
when
got to
you're-
enjoy not cleaning.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you're in Tirana, you've got to eat out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
The
it's a
pricing
great
of the
place.
restaurants
Yeah.
is so affordable and the selection is so huge. Now in Saranda, our entertainment, same thing. It includes our eating out and anything like that we do for entertainment. We really only did one day trip where we went down to Boot Rent Park and Samil, and this includes the cost to get in, the admission tickets, which were about $9.50 each to get into. Our entertainment costs here in Saranda were $155.
And I would highly recommend doing the boot rent if you're in the
absolutely.
area. It's worth the $18-19 a couple to do.
Yeah,
for sure.
So often I think national parks may not sound interesting to certain people, but we were really blown away by what that had to offer. So check out the video. We'll put the link up above.
And there is a bar within the ancient ruins that you can stop and have a drink. Yes.
Our joking around about it actually came to a true thing. It was closed, but you know, there is one there.
It'll be open when you go, for sure. Our transportation costs for this 5 weeks, basically, we took a bus from Tirana to Saranda. That was $14 each, so it was $28 just for that bus trip to get here. And then while we've been here, we've jumped on the local bus a few times. So our total, we took a taxi also. Took a taxi from our Airbnb to the bus stop in Tirana.
Yeah, because when we got to Tirana, we actually walked to our Airbnb,
which was
a major mistake. Yeah. So we definitely splurged for the $6
taxi to go back.
But
so our total transportation costs for the total time we were here in Albania was $41.
So then we have our miscellaneous costs, and this month and 1 week we only had one thing on there, and that would be Ryan's new haircut. Yeah, he's proud of it. Went yesterday, found a barber here in Saranda, and got that done. Looks pretty nice, right?
I like it. I call it the Albanian.
It's the Albanian, and the nice thing about that one is that ended up being about $7.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got a tip too.
Hard to beat that. Yeah. Nice guy, really nice guy. Yeah.
When you go to the barber, they don't. You sit down and you kind of tell them what you want them to do, but they're just going to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
It's always a mystery.
You can't really mess my hair up pretty much.
So then we have our monthly reoccurring costs, and we go over our monthly reoccurring every time that we do these videos. So if you watched them before, you know what they are. But we're just going to briefly go through those. The biggest one that we have is our health insurance. We go with Cigna Global, and we did a lot of research before picking Cigna Global, and it's just what works for us right now. It's customizable. You can pick.
You can, depending on your age, your deductible is going to determine the price, obviously.
And then they have add-ons that you can add if you want to have preventative care added onto your package. And for that, it costs us $135 each, so we have $270 a month for us both for health insurance.
And then our next cost would be our phone. We chose not to get a phone plan this month. We just didn't really feel like we needed it. Now, we did break it down for you anyway, and it's what?
So there's a couple different places here. There's One Mobile and there's Vodafone. And the one that I looked up just to kind of give you an idea of pricing is One Mobile. Based on if you wanted to add calling to it or if you just wanted data and how many gigabytes you needed, there were really good plans in the about $11 to $14 range. So
you get like 40 gigabytes? Or
it really ranged on, the top end of it was 40, but I'm sure you go higher than that. These were just the kind of really affordable options, So
we just use Wi-Fi wherever we're at. And it seemed to work for us this month. So.
Until the power went out. And then the Wi-Fi went out.
So then we get to our Netflix and our VPN, which is $19 a month, and we just automatically pay that every month and go with it.
And it's a necessary expense.
Gotta have Netflix.
Gotta have Netflix. And you need to have your VPN. If you don't have one, you should look into it.
So if you like this video so far, please subscribe, give us a like, and ring the bell so you know when we'll come out on our next videos. We'd really appreciate it.
You want to definitely check back in with us because we are going to be heading off to our next location here in just a couple days.
Yes. Santorini, Greece.
Santorini, Greece for a month. That was a bucket list location for me, and I've only been there for about 5 hours on a cruise ship. So we're very excited to go explore that entire island for a month. So the other thing that we wanted to mention too really quick is that we met a couple friends here that also have a YouTube channel, and some people have asked us a little bit more wanting more in-depth information on insurance, and they did just do a breakdown video on insurance. It's covering more for digital nomad insurance, so it may not be the style of health insurance. Yeah, more of a travel insurance. So we're going to put the link down below for that video if you want to check it out. Might answer some of your questions.
The 1 week we spent in Tirana, we had our rent, our food out, entertainment, and our groceries. And so that total cost came to $414.
Pretty affordable.
I'd say it's pretty affordable.
For a 1 week kind of vacation in our eyes.
Our vacation.
We got to enjoy life a little bit.
Yeah.
And then in Saranda here for 1 month, and this part includes everything. So all of our monthly recurring miscellaneous groceries, rent, everything. That was $1,257. So that, I do believe, is our cheapest.
Yeah.
Or most affordable.
And we had to save all that money and make it affordable.
Yeah.
Because we're going to Greece next month.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that video.
You got to balance it all out.
Yeah.
So
Cheers.
Cheers.